This is my accountability to make sure I actually do something with it, because otherwise I will become the coward that I am sometimes on the inside. Hello my friends, how are you? Happy 2020. I know I already wished you a happy 2020 in my bullet journal video that went up on the 2nd, but if you didn't watch that one, I'll say it again. Happy 2020! If you're new here, hello, welcome to this channel. My name is Amanda. I make subpart videos on the internet. Today's video is, as you can see from the title below, a my 2020 goals video. There have been a lot of these going around on YouTube, but I thought I would throw mine into the mix a little bit later in the year. We're into the second week of January, so you guys have had a little time to decompress from the holidays, get back into the groove of things. So I figured now was a good time for me to come sit down, reflect on my own goals, maybe give you some ideas for your goals that you want to pursue in 2020, and that's why I'm here. So hopefully this video helps you do that. I'm super excited. The quality of the camera hopefully is a little bit better. It's because I did splurge and purchase on eBay a used Canon EOS 6D. I am still learning how to use it along with all of my new light and sound equipment, so patience is appreciated as I learn. It's a process, okay? I have my goals spread in this bullet journal. If you didn't see my 2020 plan with me or my January plan with me, I'll link them both below. I'm gonna crack this baby open and we're gonna get started. I divided my goals into 6 areas that I really want to focus on in 2020. These 6 areas are things that I identified over the course of 2019 as areas that I really wanted to focus on in the new year. 2019 was a really hard year for me, and so I'm viewing 2020, as I'm sure many of you are, as a fresh, clean slate to do a lot of new things with, and that's where I'm starting, is with these 6 areas. The first tangible goal I have for my personal growth in 2020 is to read 1 nonfiction book for every 2 fiction books. I'm a big fiction fan. I don't really read nonfiction that often. I feel like my real life is real enough, and it is often challenging for me to find fiction books that I really enjoy, but this year I kind of want to read more nonfiction, mostly because I am 21 and a lot of my age mates are talking about more nonfiction than fiction, so I want to be able to have some sort of intelligent conversation about the books that people my age are reading, and also because I think there's a lot of really interesting nonfiction out there that I want to explore. I've already requested 2 fiction and 1 nonfiction books from the library. Hopefully they come in this month because I'm dying. I have nothing to read. My next goal is to be better at pen pal letters. I currently keep in touch via snail mail with my grandparents on my mother's side, as well as 2 friends, and they always write me such wonderful letters, and I write back, I hope, equally wonderful letters, but they're very inconsistent because it's hard for me to make time to sit down and write. However, you prioritize what you make time for, and you make time for what you're prioritizing, and so I really want to be better at prioritizing the act of sending a letter. And once I'm sitting down and working, I find such joy in it. It's just that process of actually sitting down and taking the time. Maybe I'll turn them into pen pal with me videos. That might motivate me. I don't know, what do you think? Might be worth a shot, actually. That's a good idea. The next 3 are pretty nebulous. Travel more, be spontaneous, and speak less. For traveling more and being spontaneous, I have this desire to go a lot of places and see a lot of things, and yet when it comes down to it, I find myself hesitant to do so, whether it's a money thing, a time thing, or a fear thing. It depends on the situation. But I really just want to go more places, whether that's go to New York City more times, go to Washington, D.C. My sister and I recently took a trip to the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania. I live in Philadelphia, so it's not that far of a drive. We did that for a weekend. We stayed in a cabin. I did an entire little mini vlog about it. I'll link that in a card. But it was such fun, and it was really refreshing, and it just reminded me of all the things that I enjoy about travel. Seeing new places, meeting the locals, drinking the coffee at a local coffee shop, all these little things that bring me a lot of joy. I want to experience more of them, so I'm trying to be more intentional about that. And same thing with spontaneity. I'm not a spontaneous person. I like to have a plan. I like to stick to the plan. I like a time schedule. If we don't adhere to the plan, I get stressed out, and I need to get better at just wandering, I guess, just experiencing the world, because the world doesn't happen on a schedule. And while I think a schedule is good, and I think a plan is good, and I think in your everyday life you should have a schedule and a plan and live intentionally, sometimes it's okay to be intentionally unintentional. and I need to work on that. Onto my professional goals. I really only have one because I don't know where my future is going, and I just started a new position in September, so it's not like I'm in any hurry, but in the new year I would like to move toward a publishing or a lifestyle-based position. I currently work as an editorial assistant for a trade publication that caters to law enforcement officials and law enforcement agencies, and while the work itself is a lot of fun, the subject matter is not my ideal subject matter. I would much rather be working as an editorial assistant or in a equivalent position for a magazine or a lifestyle brand. And so in 2020, I would like to work toward a position of that sort or a position in publishing. I would like to make a definite decision surrounding grad school. I am considering getting a master's degree because I would like to have the option of teaching a low-level journalism class at some point in my life. Some of the best teachers that I've had were adjunct instructors, and I would love to be one of those people to a student or two that needs it. But in order to do that, I need a master's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism, so that part's fine, but I do need a master's degree. And in talking with some instructors of mine that did the whole adjunct thing, I asked them what they think I should do in terms of grad school, because most adjunct instructors, their master's degree is in journalism, but my bachelor's is in journalism, so I can't really get a master's in journalism too. Several of them said, oh, well, as long as you have a degree in something teaching or writing or English related, you should be okay. If I'm going to get a graduate degree, if I'm going to spend a lot of money and time on my education furthering my bachelor's, I'm going to get a degree in something that I really want and could really use. And so what I want to do is get a graduate degree in creative writing with a certificate in teaching of writing. There are a lot of programs that have that option. Programs I really want to explore. I'm not sure yet if I want to do grad school. I think it will all come down to what comes of this novel, which I will discuss in a minute. And yes, I do realize that I am 21 and that is very young to be considering grad school. I have already graduated college in my bachelor's degree form of study, so in theory I have time, but I know that the farther away I get from having graduated college, the less inclined I'm going to be to go back. It's a big adjustment, so I'd rather get it out of the way now, and just like not worry about it. And plus, creative writing is something that I love. It is my equal love to journalism. I'd only study journalism because it pays the bills more reliably than creative writing. But if I'm going to go to grad school, I'm going to do it in something that I love, and I love creative writing. So those are my two professional goals. There you go. I only have two goals for YouTube as well. My first goal is I really want to get back to posting videos once weekly. Earlier this year, when I really revamped this channel and started being intentional about posting, I was really great about posting once a week, and then I moved back to Pennsylvania to be with my family, and that dropped off the map. If you haven't noticed, I'm going like a month to a month and a half between posting, and I really want to get back to doing that, as well as upping the production quality and learning how to use this camera better, but that's in my photography goals, so we'll get there. But the other goal I have is to get to 25 subscribers, which I feel like sounds really small. I'm at 14 right now, and I'm truly so thankful for all of you. Like, it's so crazy. Like, 14 human beings want to watch this. Don't know why, but I'm really glad you're here, so thank you. But I really want to grow my channel to 25 subscribers over 2020. I'm hoping that my consistency in uploading will make that happen. My photography goals, I only have two. I really want to learn how to use this EOS 6D, and I also want to get back to posting on my photography Instagram once a week. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. I usually use my sister for a portrait study, and I also do like photojournalism style shoots, but I really want to do more photography, thus get back to posting once a week, because it's a lot of fun, and I really like not only creating photos and taking photos, but also putting them on the internet for other people to enjoy. It just feels a little bit more rewarding, whether it gets 1 like, 25 likes, or none at all. I just do it for fun, kind of like this channel, so that would be something I'd really enjoy. I also have a set of goals pertaining to my novel. If you're new here, I started writing a novel when I was 12, and I finished it last October, so a total of 9 years went into that sucker, and now I'm in the process of editing it and deciding what I want to do with it. As of now, I only have 2 time-specific goals and then 1 nebulous goal. The nebulous goal meaning to finish it and edit it. There's a draft that's done. It's about 55,000 words. I really want to get it up to about 80 or 90,000 because that's the standard for the genre. By January 31st, I want to have a completed and edited draft to my friend who has so graciously offered to edit it for me. She knows my writing style and she knows the industry that I want to enter with this novel, so I think that she will be really helpful at editing constructively. And then by March 8th, I want it to be good enough to enter it into Pitch Wars. You can actually go online and tweet out your synopsis, and then agents can like your tweet as a symbol for saying that they want to hear more about your story, and then you can send in a query. Kind of a faster way to skip the cold emailing of the querying process, and that would be a really nice thing to take part in. If I don't get to do it in March, I have to wait another 4 months, so I'd rather just get it over with in March. Having timed goals for stuff like this prevents me from the paralyzing fear that this novel will never be good enough and I should just shove it in a drawer and never look at it again. My final set of goals pertains to Instagram. I want to really get better at posting both on my personal account and on my poetry account. Like with photography, I really want to get better at posting on my personal account once a week, whether it's a picture of me, a set of photos of something I did that month, whatever the case may be. Just want to stay a little bit more active on there and share my life through pictures. I'm pretty active on Instagram stories But that's not the same as being on the feed, so I really want to get better at that. Along with my poetry Instagram and posting once a week, I really want to get better at marketing my poetry. I really do enjoy writing poetry, sharing it, not so much. I used to not have that problem. I think I just got older and maybe a bit more insecure. That takes me to the end of my 2020 goals. I hope that you enjoyed this video and took some inspiration from it. If you have any 2020 goals, let me know in the comments what they are, because I would really, really love to hear about them. Maybe they'll give me some ideas for my own goals. I am sending you all the love and the best for this new year and this new decade. I love you very much. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.